How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to kind of go over some updates on different projects and also, as you saw in the title, some of the failures. So I'm kind of frustrated. I feel like lately I've been spinning my wheels. It's kind of been one thing after another. So today I'm going to kind of go over that, and I apologize that there's not very many physical updates with either build, but I have no idea what's going on lately. So the first thing is, I picked the wheels up from Powder Coat, and
wheels are trash.
It was a disaster. I made a whole video of picking them up with Andy, and I'm not going to post it because it was super negative, and I don't want the channel to go that way. I did talk to the company afterwards that did it after I got home, and just realized how bad they actually were the closer I looked at them. And they did the right thing. They wanted to fix them, but they're so far away. It's like a 4-hour drive round trip. I just didn't want to go there again, and the way these came out, I know they're not going to be up to my standard, which most people would look at these wheels and be like, they look great. But me, I pick out every little thing, and just with the quality of the builds and what I strive for in this project and all my other projects, it just wasn't going to fly. So I was getting them refinished no matter what, but I did give the company the opportunity to make things right, and they definitely did, and that's definitely a big thing on my part. I hate that their quality, they let this go out, but at the same time that they fixed it was a huge deal to me. They made it right, so at the end of the day, I mean, I'm happy. I just wasted some time, but it could be worse. So let's get into it. Let's look at the wheels. Here they are. So the OZs I got refinished in white, the original finish. Well, I think they were silver to start with. They only came in silver, the Starlights. But when I got them, they were white, and I wanted to keep that look. I'm going to get to do the red OZ decal again, kind of give it that racy look. And then the Volks are a lot darker. So I wanted like a titanium gunmetal, like what the original finish was on them. And it's just really dark. And then the finish is like super matte, and it's just super blotchy. It's just not really what I wanted. But the color is one thing, but then if you look closer at the wheels, there's some of them, I mean, the finish isn't horrible, it's like super blotchy, and the tape job isn't the best. The TEs, they definitely did better than the OZs. My main gripe with the TEs is, let me see if I can find what wheel it is. One of the wheels, oh, it's this one, has a giant part, if you can see right there, that's not even coated on the inside of the hub. So stuff like that, I just can't accept. And then, especially for what I paid. And then the OZs are where it gets bad. So first off, the white finish is super orange peely. It's bad, especially in person. But that's how they taped off the hubs. Then if you look closer, they didn't even sandblast them. Like, I could flake off. That's a chunk of old powder coat. And that's all over the wheels. So that's the old white, because it was real thick on it before. But besides that, I mean, they look decent. They fixed a little damage on these. They did an all right job on that. Just between that, and then these also on the inside of the hub aren't coated all the way, just like the TEs. And then on this wheel especially, the rest of them have it too. Let me see if I can focus in on that. If you see the buildup of powder coat in there, when they put them together, they just trashed them, because they did the mounting and balancing too. So, like I said, overall, I just couldn't accept that kind of quality, especially for what I paid. I feel like I did pay top dollar to get them done. I didn't get any deal or this is it, but they did try to make it right. So that's the most important thing. Just disappointed. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but I find it harder and harder nowadays to find companies that do the right thing, and like watch the quality going out the door. Like Andy even told me, he's like, it seemed like the shop was just like an in and out. Like their Instagram makes it look like they do top notch stuff, and that's why I went there and I gave them a chance. I now know I should have shipped them to Canada, to Roro or Ruru. I don't know how to say it, but he is definitely the guy to do it, and that's who will be doing them this time. I made the mistake because I was kind of nervous about shipping them after the whole fiasco with the bolts, and just to box them up and just worry about shipping them both ways. I don't know, but I wasted a ton of time driving to Chicago area twice, so it's just like, I don't know. So, but overall, the company made it right. Now I just wasted some time, which is disappointing to me, but wheels are the last thing I need. So really, they're not holding me up at all. It's just taking some time. Now I got to dismount the tires, send them out, and then when they come back, I have to find a mounter that hopefully won't scratch them. And then hopefully he'll be able to get the titanium gunmetal a little better and not as blotchy of a finish. That's the biggest thing, especially on a wheel. Like, I mean, even if I'm gonna ceramic coat them, I would never be able to keep them nice. So from there, I will tell you some updates on the Civic. The first is the bolts. They arrived. The second box arrived. I guess everything's delayed now. I don't know. The post office USPS couldn't give me any updates, so I started to get worried, and then magically they showed up. So now they are at the coder. Let's hope they're done within the next week or so, and then I could go pick them up. I'm going to drive to Ohio to pick them up. It sucks, but I can't take the chance of losing them, especially now with the holidays and stuff, all the extra packages getting moved along. Everything's been delayed. The bolts have been delayed. Everything's been delayed. So I don't want to take the chance of losing them, because I started to think about, well, what is my solution if the bolts are gone? Well, it would take me forever. My plan was to just literally open the catalog and order every nut and bolt for the car, every piece of hardware, and then get them coated, because I don't want to deal with going through and like putting a little bit together and then waiting, and it would honestly be more time consuming. It'd take me another year to finish the car. So the easiest part, I figured, would just be order all the bolts, and just the headache of that, not even the financial cost, the headache of it is what kind of killed me. So the next thing I want to talk about with the Civic build is the motor prep. So I decided that I'm going to tear the motor down, the motor and trans. I took all the bolts out of the trans and to get them coated, and then I was like, well, I might as well split the case and check it. It's already mostly there, so I'm going to have a buddy who rebuilds this stuff take a look at it, make sure it's all good to go. I'm gonna pull the motor apart, like check the bearings, check everything. It looks like it was rebuilt at one time, so we'll see. But the main reason I want to take both of them apart is the cases. If you look, the cases, I just couldn't get them clean as I want. I mean, they're really clean, but like if you just start looking like detail-wise, it's got corrosion on it. I mean, it's a 20-year-old motor. So my plan with that is I'm really into like refinishing things to like high-end spec. So I'm gonna build a Vapor Blast cabinet. There's a guy on YouTube that built one, and it's a huge cabinet. He built the whole cabinet by himself, figured out the plans to make everything for it, and then sells the plans. So I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna buy his plans. I'm gonna kind of, I wanna be able to do big things. I wanna be able to do engine blocks and stuff like that. So a lot of guys, even him at first bought the Harbor Freight cabinet, but very little fits in there. So everything I work with is bigger, and I don't wanna be tied down to a cabinet size. So, and then when you go up to bigger cabinets, it gets into big costs. So I want to build one for under $3,000 is my goal. So his kit supposedly can do that, and hopefully I can tweak it a little bit to maybe get a little more cost savings. I don't know, but my main thing is I want to be able to, at my house, do that. I want to be able to refinish parts. I'd like to have a powder coat set up one day, but and even be able to do my own zinc coating. But the zinc coating thing just, it takes forever. You need a tumbler, which isn't hard. You just need that piece of equipment. But then every do-it-yourself zinc setup I've seen, it takes time. You got to wrap each individual bolt with wire and dip it, and it's just like, I don't really want to do that right now. For the company that I found that does it for $100 a bucket, pretty much, it's by far worth it. So my goal, like I said, is just to be able to do the vapor honing or vapor blasting. It's a process that uses like a slurry mix, which is like glass beads and water to blast apart. So it's really easy on aluminum and stuff, and it'll make the block look brand new. And the casings, and then my intake manifold, and then any parts in the future. I probably would like to hopefully make a little bit of the money back of the cabinet build itself by doing small parts for people here and there, because it's really not offered anywhere local that I can find. So that's the update for the Civic. So it is going to take a bit longer, and I know a lot of people like probably want to see updates on it and want to see progress, but the biggest thing is with me, I don't care how long things take. It's just I want the final outcome and the final product to be up to my standards, and that takes a little longer sometimes. So just stick around. I promise it'll be worth it. I promise the final product will be worth the wait, and along the way I'll show you guys some of the things that I do and some of the things that I've learned or even seen that I'm gonna try to do this process yourself, and to just like be able to restore something, because now it's really hard to get the parts for this. So I want to really find a way to restore as much as possible with that. So that's enough for that. That's hopefully within the next month I'll really start kicking on that. We're doing house remodel right now, so everything, I need to focus on that, and then I'll get back out to this. But I've been also trying to do some small things and show you guys some things along the way, just to kind of keep the channel moving. The 4Runner will get another update. We did get some other parts in for it, so we will make a video on that in the next week or so. I'm really excited to kind of see that thing finished up. I know Felicia is as well, and maybe I think that thing will be done for a little while. I want to do some more stuff to the Silverado. We'll go from there though. There is a little bit of an update on this thing. I kind of wanted to bounce from both vehicles, and it just doesn't work for me. I realized that right away, that with some of the issues I have, I can't do that. I'm literally scatterbrained about it, and it drives me crazy, and my anxiety goes to the roof, and I get nothing accomplished. So the goal was to kind of work on this and get this kind of the ball rolling with it, and then go back to the BMW. And honestly, I don't know what I want to do with the car anymore. I've had a lot of crazy thoughts about drift. I'd like to do a different chassis to do drift, but I have this one and it's pretty decent for it. So, and it's caged already, and I don't have to buy another chassis right now. So maybe, I don't know. I maybe get your guys' thoughts. I really like road racing and I really like that, but the way that my brain works and the level of competition and me just being super competitive to run GLTC, like I just am getting a lot of anxiety about like how much money I'll have to dump into the car even after it's done, and to keep that level going. And I know a lot of guys are like, oh, well, you can run mid-pack in this. My brain doesn't work that way. I always want to come out with my best foot forward. Yeah, sometimes you can't do everything, but I really feel like with that it's gonna be hard for me. I wanna have fresh Hoosiers all the time. So I'm worried it's gonna ruin the fun again for me. And that's what happened with me before, and that's kind of why I took a break, was because I really lost the fun aspect of it in the competition. And it was just, I wanted to step back and kind of regroup and really reassess where I was at. So that's where maybe I kind of want to do drift. I've always wanted to do it. It looks so much fun. I'm watching a lot more of the amateur stuff now and like the grassroots portion of it. And it's like, I really think it'd be fun. And then part of me says, maybe put the chassis aside and just buy a simple car that I could just go out now and not overcomplicate it and just kind of learn to drift. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But an update for this is I have been collecting parts still, so I will show you some of that in the next couple videos. But there is an M54 right here for it. So that's, I don't know if it's going to go in the car or whatnot, but it's an option now. So that was the plan originally. But if I do drift with it, I kind of want to go like a Japanese power plant. Maybe like a Pandem kit on it, make it look cool. I don't know. It's that thing is going to be kind of on the back burner for a little bit, like I said, till I figure out what I want to do. I'm kind of disappointed because this is what happens to me sometimes when I wait too long to do stuff. I kind of change my mind 100 times. So maybe I just need to keep on track. I don't know. Tell me guys' thoughts, what you want to see, maybe opinions on. I kind of want to talk to some of the kind of grassroots drift guys to see what their opinion is, especially some of them that I know have done road race stuff before, to see what like their honest opinion is about which one, and maybe that'll help me out decide what path I want to go down. We'll see. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe so we can keep the content rolling, and tell me your thoughts. I'm always open. I want to hear what you guys think, and if there's a way you think I can improve the channel, the builds, any ideas you have, just throw them out there. All right, thanks guys. Till next one.
Shake your little bowl of jello on a waterbed.